Poor single mom gave stranger her last $18 for gas. Next day, 8 SUVs surrounded her house. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Romance Rewind Stories. Before we dive into today's incredible story, I have a small favor to ask. If you're enjoying these heartwarming tales, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. It's quick, it's free, and it's the best way to support us in bringing you more emotional romance stories. And here's something I'd love to know. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city or country in the comments below. I always enjoy seeing our amazing community from around the world. Oh, and if this story touches your heart, don't forget to hit the like button. It really helps us grow and reach more people who love these kinds of tales. Now, let's get into today's story. Poor single mom gave stranger her last $18 for gas. Next day, 8 SUVs surrounded her house. The gas station was nearly empty at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday in rural Nebraska. Juniper Wells pulled her ancient Honda into the station, her 5-year-old daughter River asleep in the back seat, and calculated for the third time how much gas she could afford. $18. That was literally all the cash she had until Friday's paycheck from her waitressing job. $18 had to cover gas to get to work for the next 3 days and hopefully leave enough for a few groceries. She was pumping gas, exactly $18 worth, when she noticed the man at the next pump. He was probably late 30s, wearing an expensive-looking suit that seemed wildly out of place at this rural gas station, standing beside a luxury sedan that had clearly seen better days. Steam was rising from under the hood. As Juniper finished pumping and went to pay inside, she heard the man's frustrated voice. "What do you mean you don't take credit cards? The system's down. I need gas. I'm stranded here." The attendant shrugged. "Cash only when the system's down. Nothing I can do about it. I don't carry cash. Who carries cash anymore? Lots of people. You want gas or not?" The man ran his hands through his hair, looking genuinely distressed. "My phone's dead, my car's overheating, and I'm 3 hours from anywhere. I need gas to at least get to the next town." Juniper hesitated, her hand on her $18. This was literally her last money until Friday. But the man was clearly stranded, and she knew what desperation looked like, saw it in her mirror every single day. "Excuse me," she said quietly. "How much do you need?" The man turned, and Juniper got her first good look at him. Handsome in a sharp-featured way, with dark hair touched with grey, and eyes that currently held exhausted frustration. "At least enough to get to Lincoln? Maybe $20 worth?" "I only have 18, but it's yours if you need it." The man stared at her. "You're offering me your money? You're stranded. I know what that feels like." Juniper held out the bills. "Take it. Get where you need to go." "I can't take your money. You clearly need it. And you clearly need it more right now. Take it. I'll figure something out." "How will you get home? How will you—" He stopped, noticing River asleep in Juniper's car. "You have a child. You can't give me your last money when you have a child." Which is exactly why I understand what it means to be stranded and desperate. Take the money, get safe. That's what matters. The man took the money slowly, like it might burn him. "What's your name?" "Juniper Wells." "I'm Sterling Cross. And Juniper, I will pay you back. I promise you, I will pay you back. You don't have to, just get somewhere safe." Juniper left before he could argue further, drove home to her tiny apartment, and tried not to think about how she'd make $18 stretch across 3 days of commuting and feeding her daughter. The next morning, Juniper was getting River ready for daycare when she heard vehicles outside. Multiple vehicles. She looked out her window and froze. 8 black SUVs were parked in front of her small apartment complex, their presence so incongruous in her run-down neighborhood that neighbors were coming out to stare. Men in suits were emerging from the vehicles. "Mommy, what's happening?" River asked, pressing against the window. "I don't know, baby. Stay here." Juniper went downstairs cautiously. wondering if this was some kind of police raid or immigration enforcement. But the man who approached her wasn't law enforcement. It was Sterling from the gas station, now looking significantly more put together and somehow even more expensive. "Juniper Wells," he said. "Yes, what's going on? Why are there 8 SUVs outside my house?" "Because I needed to return your $18, and I don't do anything by half measures." He handed her an envelope. Inside wasn't $18. It was a cashier's check for $50,000. Juniper's hands started shaking. "What is this? This is a mistake. I gave you $18, not this is $50,000. "It's not a mistake. Last night you gave me your last $18 when you had a child to feed and bills to pay. You gave it knowing you'd struggle without it. That kind of compassion deserves to be acknowledged. 50,000 is my acknowledgement. I can't accept this. This is insane. Who gives someone $50,000 for $18 of gas money? Someone who has the resources and recognizes genuine kindness when he sees it. Juniper, do you know who I am? You said your name is Sterling Cross." "Sterling Cross, CEO of Cross Tech Industries. I'm worth approximately $18 billion. I was driving through Nebraska after my private jet had mechanical issues, my rental car overheated, my phone died, and I was in the middle of nowhere. You saw a stranger who needed help and gave your last money without hesitation. That's rare, that's precious, and yes, that deserves $50,000. Juniper sat down on her apartment steps, her legs suddenly weak. "You're a billionaire." "Yes. And you're a single mother who works as a waitress, drives a car with 200,000 miles, and lives in an apartment that probably costs everything you make. I did some research after you left last night." "You researched me? That's creepy." "That's thorough. I wanted to know who you were, this woman who gave her last money to a complete stranger. And Juniper, what I found broke my heart. You work 60 hours a week across 2 jobs. Your daughter's father abandoned you when River was 2 months old. You have medical debt from her birth that you're still paying off. You're drowning financially, and yet you gave me your last $18. That's not just kindness, that's heroism." "It's not heroism. It's just you needed help. Everyone deserves help when they need it. Not everyone believes that. Not everyone lives it. You do. So yes, $50,000. Clear your medical debt, fix your car, get ahead for once instead of barely surviving. Consider it payment for reminding me that good people still exist. Sterling, I can't. This is too much. You can and you will. And Juniper, I'd like to offer you something else. A job." "A job?" "Director of Community Outreach for Cross Tech Industries. Salary is $90,000 a year plus benefits. Your job would be to develop and oversee charitable initiatives, helping people the way you helped me last night." "Interested?" Juniper's head was spinning. "You're offering me a $90,000 a year job because I gave you gas money?" "I'm offering you a job because you have the exact character and compassion my company needs. You see people in need and you help without calculating what's in it for you. That's the foundation of good charitable work. The gas money just proved it. So, interested? I have a 5-year-old daughter. I can't relocate to wherever your headquarters are. Our headquarters are in Omaha. 1 hour from here. You could commute or relocate. Your choice. We'd provide assistance either way. And Juniper, we have on-site childcare. Full-time, professionally staffed, free for employees. River would be safe and cared for while you work." Juniper felt tears threatening. "Why are you doing this? It's too much. It's overwhelming." Sterling knelt in front of her, bringing himself to her eye level. "Because 18 months ago, my sister died. She was a single mother like you, working multiple jobs, drowning in debt, trying to give her kids a better life. She died of a heart attack at 32 because she couldn't afford proper medical care and worked herself to death. I couldn't help her. I didn't know how bad things were until it was too late. But I can help you. And Juniper, helping you honors her memory. So please, let me do this. I'm sorry about your sister. So am I. Every single day. Her name was Meadow. She would have liked you. You remind me of her. That same determination to keep going, no matter how hard things get. That same compassion, even when you're struggling yourself. Juniper whispered. I accept. The check, the job, all of it. But Sterling, I need you to know I'm not a charity case. If I take this job, I'm going to work my ass off. I'm going to earn every penny of that salary. I wouldn't expect anything less. Over the next 3 months, Juniper's life transformed. She paid off her medical debt, bought a reliable used car, and moved into a modest but safe apartment in Omaha. River thrived in the on-site childcare, making friends and having the stable routine she'd never had before. And Juniper excelled at her new job. She developed programs that actually helped people, not just writing checks, but creating sustainable support systems. A fund for single parents facing medical emergencies. Job training programs for people transitioning out of poverty. Childcare assistance for working families. Sterling watched her work with obvious admiration, often sitting in on her presentations, supporting her initiatives, and occasionally bringing ideas for her to expand on. You're brilliant at this, he said one afternoon, after she'd presented a new program to the board. You understand what people actually need because you've lived it. That's invaluable. I'm just doing what I wish someone had done for me 2 years ago when I was completely underwater. If we can catch people before they drown, we should. That's exactly the right philosophy. Juniper, can I ask you something personal? Sure. River's father, is he in the picture at all? Juniper's jaw tightened. No, he left when she was 2 months old, said he didn't sign up for the reality of parenthood, sends Christmas cards sometimes to make himself feel better, but otherwise doesn't exist in her life. Why? Because I'd like to take you to dinner, you and River. Not as employer and employee, but as someone who's been thinking about you constantly since that night at the gas station. Someone who admires not just your compassion, but your strength, your dedication to your daughter, your refusal to stay defeated. Would that be something you'd consider? Juniper's heart raced. You want to date me, the struggling single mom you found at a gas station. I want to date Juniper Wells, the extraordinary woman who gave her last money to a stranger, who's built incredible programs that help thousands of people, who's raising a remarkable daughter while working full-time. Your circumstances when we met don't define you, Juniper. Your character does. And your character is what I'm interested in. Sterling, we're from completely different worlds. You're a billionaire CEO. I was a waitress 3 months ago. I still shop at thrift stores. I drive a used car. I'm so far from your usual social circle. Good. My usual social circle is full of people who'd never give their last $18 to a stranger, who calculate the return on investment before showing compassion. You're different. That's exactly what makes you remarkable. What about River? Dating me means dealing with a 5-year-old who comes as part of the package. Not everyone wants that. I know, which is why I'm asking to take both of you to dinner. If I'm going to pursue you, I need River to be comfortable with me. She's the priority. So dinner, the 3 of us? Somewhere River would enjoy, not somewhere fancy? Juniper smiled despite her nervousness. There's a pizza place with an arcade that River loves. It's loud and chaotic and definitely not billionaire appropriate. Perfect. When? Friday, 6 o'clock? It's a date. That Friday dinner was simultaneously awkward and wonderful. River was shy at first, hiding behind Juniper, but Sterling won her over by being genuinely interested in her interests. Not talking down to her, but actually listening when she rambled about dinosaurs and her best friend at daycare and the caterpillar she'd found. You're good with her, Juniper observed as River played in the arcade. I had practice. My sister had 2 kids. I was Uncle Sterling who spoiled them and played with them and tried to be present. After Meadow died, their father got custody. He's a good man, remarried, the kids are okay, but I miss them, miss being part of their daily lives. So yes, I like kids, and River is exceptional. She's my whole world. I know, And Juniper, I need you to understand, if we do this, if we try to build something together, River comes first. Always. I'm not asking to replace her father or take over her life. I'm just asking for the chance to be someone who supports both of you. Up. Someone who stays. Someone who stays, Juniper repeated softly. That would be new. They dated for 6 months, carefully building a relationship that included River in age-appropriate ways. Sterling never pressured for more time than Juniper could give, never made her feel guilty for prioritizing her daughter, and slowly became a constant presence in their lives. He showed up at River's kindergarten play, helped Juniper move into a better apartment when her lease ended, spent Saturday mornings at the park pushing River on swings and teaching her to ride a bike. "I'm falling in love with you," Sterling said one evening. They were at Juniper's apartment after putting River to bed, sitting on her second-hand couch drinking cheap wine because Juniper insisted on maintaining some of her pre-wealth explosion habits. "I'm falling in love with you too," Juniper admitted, "which terrifies me because I've already been abandoned once. I can't go through that again, Sterling, and I definitely can't put River through it. She's getting attached to you. If you're not serious about this..." "I'm completely serious. Juniper, I want this. I want you and River and this life we're building. I want Saturday morning pancakes and kindergarten plays and teaching a 5-year-old about dinosaurs. I want all of it. Even though I come with complications, even though I'll never be the polished socialite billionaire wife, especially because of that. I don't want polished and fake. I want real. I want you, the woman who gave her last money to a stranger and changed my entire life, who runs charitable programs with genuine compassion, who's raising an incredible daughter and somehow makes second-hand furniture and cheap wine feel like luxury because I'm sharing it with you. That's what I want, if you'll have me." "Yes," Juniper whispered. "Yes to all of it." They married a year later, in a ceremony that perfectly reflected their relationship, elegant but not ostentatious, meaningful but not performative. River was flower girl, taking her role incredibly seriously. During the vows, Sterling said, "Juniper, you gave me $18 when you had nothing to give. You taught me that compassion isn't about having resources. It's about recognizing need and responding with generosity regardless of personal cost. You changed my life that night at the gas station, and you've continued changing it every day since. Thank you for taking a chance on me. Thank you for letting me into your and River's lives. Thank you for showing me what matters." "Thank you," Juniper replied through tears, "for seeing my $18 as worth $50,000, for understanding that the value wasn't in the amount but in the sacrifice, for honoring that instead of dismissing it, for using your wealth to help others instead of just accumulating more, for loving River as fiercely as you love me, for being someone who stays. Always. I'm always staying. Because sometimes $18 changes 2 lives, the one who gives it and the one who receives it. Sometimes the last money you have is the best investment you'll ever make. And sometimes helping a stranded stranger at a gas station leads to love, partnership, and the discovery that true wealth has nothing to do with bank accounts and everything to do with generosity, compassion, and the courage to help when you have every reason not to. And that's where our story ends today. What did you think? Did Sterling and Juniper's story of $18 that changed everything touch your heart? Let us know in the comments what your favorite moment was. If you enjoyed this story, we have so many more waiting for you. Check out our playlist for more heartwarming romance tales that will make you believe in love all over again. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give us a thumbs up. Your support means everything to us. Until next time, keep believing in love, keep believing in second chances, and remember, the best stories are the ones that remind us we all deserve our happily ever after. See you in the next story.